What is up, all you worship peoples? Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Nate Meist, and I love equipping worship leaders with helpful and encouraging content. And today we're going to be looking at the song God Song by Hillsong United and how to play that song on an acoustic guitar. The song was recently released on their album Are We There Yet on April 29th of this year, 2022. So we're going to be looking at the chords and a bunch of stuff, and we're also going to look at the song in a congregational setting. So stick around at the end for my rigorous grading system. But let's get into it. If you're new to this channel, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope that these videos are helping you out. If they are, that's the goal. Why don't you give them a like and maybe even subscribe so that you don't miss future worship tutorials. Alright, so there are three things we're going to be looking at to help you learn this song on an acoustic guitar. The first thing is key and capo placement. The key that the song was recorded in, the key that I'm playing it in, how to use a capo to play in some other keys. The second thing we're going to be looking at is one strumming pattern-ish that will get you through this whole song. I say ish because this song has multiple time signatures, so it changes. It kind of varies throughout the song, but it's like a basic pattern that can get you through the entire song. And the third and final thing we'll look at are the chords. I'm going to play through each section of this song, and as I play through each section, I will have these handy chord diagrams in the upper right-hand corner so that you can see exactly the chords that I'm playing in each part of the song. Alright, so this song was recorded in the key of C. So what that would be with the capo is you would just take your capo off, and you would play in what's called the C position. If you don't know what the C position is or how to play in it, I have a video for that, so click up above or down below. But this is this key that the song was originally recorded in. Now, with that said, you know, on the recording there are multiple vocal leads. You know, so you got a female vocal that's singing through the verses, and you got a male vocal that comes in later. And you know, some of these guys can sing in the stratosphere. They have incredible ranges. So it's kind of like a duet thing going on. You might be approaching the song by yourself, like it's only your voice, which is what I'm doing in this tutorial. So what I did is I changed to the key of G. It's on the other side of the spectrum, basically. I'm still going to use the C position chords, so that if you want to, you can still play in the original key. But that also means I gotta play way up high with a capo, because if I'm playing in the key of G, normally I would just play in the open G position. But because I want to give you guys the ability to play in the original key and in some other keys, I'm going to use my capo. And I'm going to put my capo on fret number 7, which is pretty high, and I normally wouldn't recommend to play so high up on the neck, especially if you're by yourself, because you're going to lose a lot of, I guess, frequencies, the ability to make the song sound full, because when you play higher notes, you lose a lot of low end, and you know, it just doesn't sound as big and as full as it could, you know, if you were to take your capo off completely. But for the sake of the tutorial, I'll have my capo on fret number 7, playing in the C position. This is in the key of G right here. The cool thing about this is if you wanted to play lower, it's really easy to do that, or in the original key, using the same positions that I'm going to show you. So you just download your chord chart in the key of C and use these same exact chord shapes that I'm going to show you in this video. So this is the key of G. If you wanted to go down, a half step down on fret number 6 would put you in the key of F sharp or G flat in the C position. A half step down from that on fret number 5 would put you in the key of F. And then another half step down from that, fret number 4 would put you in the key of E. So those are a couple of the keys that you could play in using the positions that I'm going to show you and a capo. Again, take your capo off completely and play in the C position, and that's the original key that the song was recorded in. Alright, so let's look at this strumming pattern. What I'm going to do is play through the verse chords as I play the pattern. Normally I would just play one chord, but this strumming pattern is kind of complicated because the time signature in the song is complicated and constantly varying. So I'm going to just play through the verse chords and it'll give you an idea of how I'm applying this pattern and how to apply it in other sections of the song. So let's play through the verse chords and you'll see the pattern that I'm using. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's slow that down. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down. All right, let's learn these chords. Let's play through the intro of the song. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, verse number 1. 1, 2, 3. Oh Lord, you are my kind. The place belongs to only you, the author of it all. Consume these pages as you choose. All right, the chorus. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 'Cause if you signed your name upon my heart, the way that authors always do, then you must be proud to call me yours, and I must be made for loving you. All right, then the instrumental after the first chorus. This has kind of like a different count to it. So I'm going to count it out as I play the chords, if that's okay with you. So here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then into verse number 2. All right, then it goes into verse number 2, which has the same exact chords as verse number 1 that I already taught you. And then it goes into chorus number 2, same exact chords as chorus number 1. So just refer back to both the verse and chorus for verse 2 and chorus 2. And then there's a turnaround after chorus 2 that leads into verse number 3. So let's look at the chords of that turnaround. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, then after that turnaround, it goes into verse number 3, and that verse has the same exact chords once again as verse number 1. So you can refer back to those chords for verse 3, and then it goes into chorus number 3. That chorus has almost the same exact chords as chorus number 1, except for the very last chord, which is a C instead of an F. So that last line of chorus number 3 would sound like this. So I must be made to worship you. All right, then after chorus number 3, they go into an instrumental. This instrumental carries you into the first bridge. So it really mimics those same chords. But let's work through this instrumental before the bridge. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so Song Select is calling this Bridge 1A, what I'm about to play through, and they play through this bridge one time, and then they go straight into Bridge 1B, which kind of has a different set of chords. For this Bridge 1A, I'm going to sing down an octave to kind of mimic what the album version does. And then on Bridge 1B, I'll jump up an octave to kind of start building some energy there. So it's pretty low for me still, but I might try this in a live context and, you know, kind of approach it this way. So let's see how it goes. So this is Bridge 1A. So 1, 2, 3, 4. My God is the one and only God, whoever was and is to come, forever worthy of my song. So I sing out, my God is the wonder-working God, from ancient skies down to that cross, the empty grave to kingdom come. So I sing out. Alright, and then like I said, we go into Bridge 1B now. They play this bridge 4 times in total, and then they go into like a choir, like really super echoey, cool choir thing at the end. So it's like they sing it 5 times, but they play it 4. So, but yeah, I'm going to play through it once to show you the chords, because they just keep repeating the same chords. So let's play through Bridge 1B. So 1, 2, 3. My God is the one and only God, whoever was and is to come, forever worthy of my song. So I sing out, my God is the wonder-working God, from ancient skies down to that cross, the empty grave to kingdom come. So I cry out. Alright, so those are all the chords for this song, God's Song. So now that we have learned the song, why don't we bring it into my rigorous grading system. This song could receive potentially up to 3 check marks in my grading system. So let's see how it does. Check mark number 1. Could this song be not only played in a full band context with a bunch of tracks and musicians and all that, which sounds great, but could it also be played with just one instrument and still carry the same energy, the same vibe? I'm going to say no. I feel like this song's fullest potential is realized in a full band context, or at least with some accompaniment with some other instruments. There's just a lot going on. There's a lot rhythmically, a lot melodically, and I just think it needs that support to really live up to its potential. Check mark number 2. Would this song be easy for you to kind of just pick up and learn with your worship team and just play that Sunday with one rehearsal? I'm gonna say no. There's a lot going on. I mean, even lyrically, the choruses themselves never repeat. There's 3 different verses, 3 different choruses. It's not really super predictable, like the melody work. I would say the bridge is really predictable in the melody and the lyrics and all that, but verses and choruses, not so much. Doesn't mean it's a bad song. The song is amazing as it is. You know, don't leave the song alone. It's a beautiful, incredible song. I'm just talking about it in the context of learning this song, you know, on a Thursday night rehearsal or whatever. You would need to give a good amount of time for you and your team to learn this song. Third and final check mark, is this song congregational? Absolutely. The lyrical content is incredible. I love how poetic it is. I will say that it's going to take the church a few Sundays to learn this one. You know, if I introduced this song with my church, I would expect them to start singing it on the 3rd or 4th Sunday. I do think it's totally congregational in its content. As far as like the melodies and the lyrics, it's going to take the church some time to learn it. So just kind of keep that in mind. The bridge is amazing. I've actually thought about taking out the bridge to the song and like attaching it as a medley with another worship song, because it's such an incredibly powerful, beautiful bridge. But, you know, it does sound best, obviously, in the context of the song it's in. But all that to say, yes, the song is congregational, and I think could totally work on a Sunday morning in church. So we looked this song up and down, man. I mean, we graded it, we learned it, we looked at the chords and what key they play it in, and if it fits in a church setting and all this kind of stuff. So I hope that this video helps you to kind of evaluate the song and even learn it so that you can play it in whatever, you know, context or situation that you're in. If this video did help you, give it a like and comment down below. Let me know if you're doing this song. I would love to hear from you. But God bless you guys wherever you're doing ministry, however you are being used by the Lord. I hope He blesses the work of your hands. And I hope it's going well for you. And wherever you are, I hope that you're getting super crazy. I will see you guys in the next video.